So with all my efforts being concentrated on speaking to Filippo's agent, trying to organise a meeting, it suddenly dawned on me. We're entertaining Munich at home at Upton Park in the Champions Cup. This is a fairy tale fixture and one we've been looking forward to. We've done so well away from home that it's an absolute privilege to entertain the German champions at home. And my God, they've got one hell of a side. Look at their bench. Mandzukic, Ribery, Nastasic and an old favourite Tevez on the bench. Let alone not mentioning Bale, Gomez, Gustavo, Schweinsteiger, Boateng, Neuer and Lahm, Bastuba. It's absolutely a privilege to be challenging ourselves against one of the best teams on the planet. And as I say, we were so proud of the lads. When we went away, we won 1-0. And I've got to say, it was a huge fight, but hopefully we can do ourselves proud, pick up a point, or dare we even think about picking up 3 points as we look at the table. 12 points from 4 games. Who would have said that at the beginning of the season, knowing the teams we had in the group? Not many people gave us a hope in hell of getting out of the group, but at this moment in time, we're probably favourites to get out of the group, but you can never write off the Germans as they are absolutely fantastic. And they start off so positively, knocking the ball around, and Schweinsteiger using a little bit too much of the elbow to try and get past the defender, which is a great shame. But look at the play. Bale out on the left-hand side. It's a little bit heartbreaking seeing him in the German shirt. Knocking it into Kroos. Kroos feeds it into Gomez. Gomez has plenty of time. Nice in the play into Kroos. Kroos tries to feed it back, but great defending from Indy there. He tries to maraud out. Gives the ball away needlessly. The ball's fed back in. And again, great defensive work rate by Casemiro. Dropping back really, really deep as the Germans are really piling on the pressure. Schweinsteiger in the centre of the park. And again, Casemiro doing his best to break up the play. He's playing fantastically, but the ball's back with Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger into Gustavo. He gives the ball away. It's given to Zaha. Zaha's got a little bit of space. He's going forward. Cuts back inside. Feeds the ball into Filippo. Filippo cuts into the centre of the park. Gives the ball to Benzir. Benzir into Gudetti. Gudetti with a nice back heel, but it doesn't go to Filippo. The ball's given away needlessly. Gustavo picks the ball up and the Germans come away with it. But Schweinsteiger in the centre of the park feeds the ball into Gomez. And oh my days, Gomez after 30 minutes slots the ball home. And that all started by some sloppy play by John Gudetti in the German half. Giving the ball away needlessly. The easiest pass would have been onto Benzir, but no, he tried to backheel it into Filippo, who would have been in acres of space, but it was a risky pass, and it didn't come off, and the Germans capitalised on it. But again, Gudetti with the ball in the centre of the park, knocks it into Benzir. Benzir gets a bit of space. He goes into the box, pulls the trigger. No, he dummies it, continues forward, and Zaha and Benzir seem to get in each other's way. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Benzir looked like he was going to pull the trigger, but he just lacked the confidence again to pull the trigger when he was in the box, which is really, really uncharacteristic of him. But Albert on the right-hand side, Albert on the left-hand side, I do apologise, trying to get through there, but Nathaniel Klein, standing like a brick wall, forces the corner. Bale's going to take the corner. He swings a lovely ball in, but that is a free header. The Germans had a free header. We seriously got to start marking up. We're going at half-time. West Ham United 0. Bayern Munich 1, and a well-deserved lead. They've totally dominated the first half with some magnificent football. We just haven't been at the races, and it was a nice goal that they took the lead with, but we just have not been at the races whatsoever. Hopefully we can correct that in the second half and at least dig out a draw, because at this moment in time we're in an absolute battle with the Germans dominating us. As Kroos feeds the ball into Schweinsteiger, Steiger into Bale, Bale's clean in, but no, what a tackle! Standing stoutly, Kolka feeds the ball into Klein, Klein into Zaha. Zaha's got plenty of time to run forward, he's got plenty of space, Bale's on his heels, but he cuts the ball inside to Gudetti. Gudetti has to cut back inside, he has to go back on himself and give the ball to Filippo. Filippo knocks it across to Adrian, Adrian into Benzir, Benzir into Gudetti, Gudetti turns the defender, cuts inside, Shawty's going to shoot, he shoots and it's over. Oh my days, I don't think we're going to get a better chance than that, and Gudetti puts the ball over the bar. That is so uncharacteristic of the Swedish goal-scoring machine. But Filippo breaks into the box, gets the ball in. Gudetti with the flying header, comes to nothing. Sorry, that wasn't Gudetti, it was Benzir. Gudetti had the ball on the edge of the box, went for the right foot shot, but nothing came of it. As we pick up the ball again with Gudetti, having to drop short because the Germans are just man-marking him. Gives the ball to Filippo. Filippo majestically goes forward. Space is being opened up by the run by Benzir. He pulls the trigger, and that was lacklustre shot and an easy save for Neuer. But again, Adrian making a real fiver. Feeds the ball into Casemiro. Casemiro turns inside, knocks the ball out to Zaha, but it's intercepted by the Germans, and they come marauding forward, and the referee unfortunately blows the full-time whistle. West Ham United 0, Bayern Munich won, and we were really given a footballing lesson. But I have to say, in the second half, we did fight, and we did look the better team in the second half, and just, unfortunately, we could not grab the equaliser. And as you can see, the fans have been in the newspapers. They are absolutely stunned to see that Isco wants to leave and Nathaniel Klein wants to leave. Isco is unsure. He's not sure if he has a place in the team, but I have sat down with Isco and I've reassured not only his money-grabbing agent that he has a place at West Ham, but I've assured Isco he does have a place at West Ham, and at the end of the day, he's only missed out on about 8 games throughout this season so far. And that's not a bad return ratio when you consider how many games he played last season. And the lad's taken it on board, and hopefully he'll settle down and we'll offer a new contract in the next week or so. And hopefully get him tied up to West Ham for a good few years, because he's a very integral part to this team. A young, talented player we can't afford to lose. And look at that, Spurs are really opening up a lead at the top of the table. Are we now fighting just for second place? Are we just fighting for second? It's going to be a really tough season. Spurs never seem to lose too many games or drop too many points. But we joined the gameplay with Gabs picking up the ball in the centre of the park in midfield, feeding it into Zaha. Zaha getting a nice little run of the team, playing really, really well. Keeping Morrison out at the moment. Cuts inside. It just seems to be opening up for him. He's got plenty of time, plenty of space. Goes for a shot. Great save by the keeper. Isco with a little header. Pulls the trigger and he just lobbed that in. What a fantastic finish from Isco after 4 minutes. That was an absolutely fantastic goal, all made by the work of Zaha. Gets a great header in there, and then just gently lobs it into the top corner. That was absolutely beautiful play there by Isco. What a cultured Spaniard we really do have in our team. Great play there. Such composure, when many probably would have lost their heads. And at this moment in time, I think one of those would have been Benzir. Really not in form, not pulling the trigger at the right times, which is really uncharacteristic of Benzir. But Swansea come back hard with Richards on the right-hand side. He's being monitored by Zaha. Zaha getting back there, doing a magnificent job in defence. Really showing there's a great team spirit. Key has a header, but Butland gathers it. It was really quite simple for him. The ball's fed out to Fabio. Fabio turns, he's got plenty of time, knocks the ball into Adrian. Adrian's got time and space. He cuts into the centre of the park, knocks the ball into Dorian Jean. Dorian Jean marauds forward, cuts inside with a nice piece of skill. He's got plenty of time and space, pulls the trigger. It's defended stoutly. He picks up again and slots the ball home. Great play by Dorian Jean. And after 10 minutes, West Ham are leading 2-0. And that was an absolutely great finish and shows great persistence by Dorian Jean, who's found it really hard to stake a claim in the first team. But with a performance like this after 10 minutes of scoring, perhaps he can stake a claim. But we pick up the ball with Adrian. He knocks it into Casemiro. Casemiro feeds the ball into Gabs. Gabs cuts past the defender. He's opened it up for him. He pulls the trigger. And it's only just wide of the post. Unbelievable play there by Gabs, showing his experience and the fact that he's a little fox outside of the box, let alone in the box. But back comes Swansea, and that's a huge opportunity. A great play there by Michu. The ball round the corner for Michu was absolutely fantastic, and the opportunity was really wasted. Casemiro tries to get a tackle in on Routledge. Routledge sort of steps away from it, feeds the ball back into Michu. Michu breaks through, everything's on for him. He breaks into the box, pulls the trigger, and what a save by Butland. That was absolutely majestic save by Butland. And we go in at half-time. West Ham United 2, Swansea City 0. And I've got to say, Isco and Dorian Jean are just playing absolutely fantastically. And we pick up the ball with Isco. He knocks it into Adrian. Adrian has time and space. He cuts inside. Gives it to Zaha. Zaha knocks it onto Casemiro. Casemiro plays a wonderful ball into Jean. Jean, the first time, shot into the bottom corner from about 17 yards. That was absolutely cultured play. Absolutely football ballet played by West Ham United. The ball by Casemiro was majestic. The finish was absolutely audacious by Dorian Jean. To hit that first time shows great composure. What a finish to make it West Ham United 3, Swansea 0. And Tompkins is marauding forward. He pulls the trigger and it looked to take a deflection of Zaha. But Zaha picks the ball up. He's got time. He's got space. He cuts back inside, loses the ball, but picks it back up. Feeds the ball into Morrison. Morrison loses the ball. It comes to Adrian. Adrian turns back on himself. Feeds the ball into Casemiro. Oh my God. as the bar stopped ricocheting. That was unbelievable power Casemiro showed there. What a shot, and really unlucky not to score. And Adrian feeds the ball into Zaha. Zaha has plenty of space in front of him. A nice piece of skill to get round the defender. He breezes past the second defender, breaks into the box, gives the ball to Morrison, and he slotted it past the post. Really unfortunate. Should have buried that to make it 4-0. But the referee blows the final whistle. West Ham United 3, Swansea 0. And that was an absolutely fantastic reply to the media over the loss against Bayern Munich and the drop in form in the Premier League, which really is uncharacteristic of the lads. But we will settle with a 3-0 win. I hope you enjoyed it, guys, and I'll catch you next time.